Welcome to United by Trucks. I'm Robbie, and today we're revealing the new UBT frame off build coming straight to you guys right here on United by Trucks. No long explanation this time. We're gonna jump right into the content. This video happened over the course of I think about 3 days. So we're probably gonna jump in where I'm in the truck, headed out to pick up something special. Alright guys, so I've had a vehicle on my bucket list for quite a while, and I imagine it's on the bucket list of many folks who love classic trucks or old vehicles in general, and that's a two-wheel drive K5 Blazer. Now, I've been planning a build that includes something with some extra cargo area so we can transport our merch stuff safely enclosed in one vehicle, and maybe even pull a trailer, or you know, just something that's a little bit more versatile than Teddy. Not that Teddy's going anywhere, though we do have plans to give Teddy quite a facelift and go back and redo some things that we didn't do before on that truck. But been looking around at K5s where it's something, you know, like a Burb, like the Burb, like See Plenty Burb. We actually tossed around a full-blown build on it, but the opportunity has come up in Tennessee to maybe snatch up a two-wheel drive K5 round eye Blazer. So we're actually headed to look at that right now. It's just me by myself today. I'm actually headed out on a business trip later today, so I am going to check it out solo. If it works out, we'll definitely film coming back to get that, but we're really, as you probably know, buying it for the chassis, suspension, and the tub. So we're going to take a little bit closer look at what this thing looks like. We'll keep you filled in. Y'all hang tight. Some beautiful farm country out here. Wow. And for somebody who likes to deer hunt and spend time in the woods, this is a pretty cool thing. All right guys, so we got pulled in, and there's a couple things out here. We're gonna go back here and check this old K5 out. Man, there's a dadgum ostrich or something out there. There's some horses. But it looks like the K5 is right up there. So we're gonna pull up here and check this thing out. It looks like it's probably been sitting back here for a few minutes. But that is that's all right. You guys know that really in this scenario, we're looking for something that we can build that is a factory two-wheel drive chassis for a K5. I'm hopeful this one is, so we're gonna check it out. So here we are, 1980 K5, supposedly two-wheel drive. I haven't even really checked it out that much, other than I already know that probably gonna need a new body. Obviously the 85 doors would go because that's what's on it. It's got the dreaded rust above the fender wells there. The top looks to be in decent shape, honestly, but fairly solid front fender. I've got some blankets here I'm laying down in this grass to help prevent me from getting bit by whatever's under here. But anyway, so fairly decent hood, it looks like. It's got a little bit of rust right there. I may just end up replacing that. Like I said, we're really only looking for something with the chassis. That's a good 73/80 fender there. We'd be able to use that. All right, so what we're looking at here is hopefully not a bunch of wasp. So we're looking at what appears to be a two-wheel drive chassis. It's supposed to have tubular A-arms, drop coils, new tie rods, all that. Looks like it's got that for sure. Nothing looks to be out of place. It's got drop coils, supposedly drop spindles. Obviously it's 5 lug on some rallies. I need to go around and look under the back. But since this tub, in my opinion, is probably too far gone, we're not even gonna worry about it. We're looking at the chassis, the suspension, this hood, that fender, the top, and we're gonna find us a new tub and doors. So again, the front suspension is tubular upper A arms, not lower, but tubular uppers, drop spindles, drop coils. Obviously it's disc brakes, got all new suspension, or excuse me, all new steering as it relates to tie rods, ball joints, that sort of setup. In the rear, I would say is even more a treat, even though it's not completely installed. Sweet little 4-link setup in here. Now granted, I'm looking for snakes, so y'all have to bear with me. There's where the old leaf springs were. Chassis doesn't look too bad. You can see the 4-link bar, the front of the 4-link bar is right there. Clearly the 4-link has not been set up, but it is installed. You can probably see some more of it there. I can't even really get around there and see myself, but I'll let you guys take a look for me. 10-bolt rear end. It's got some good interior as well. Let's go open the door and take a closer look at that. It's got the 85 doors. There's a lot of stuff in here we could utilize. Obviously we would utilize seat brackets, that sort of thing. It's got these seats, which are the high backs. I would have them cut down right here so they would be low back, but it's got the back seat. Looks like it's got seat belts for the lap belt. So quite a few things we could utilize off of this setup, even though that tub is bad. You can tell the inside of the top is really nice. So pros and cons. Pros are top, suspension. Obviously it's got a 4-link installed, needs to be completely set up, but everything's been welded to the axle. Bars have been installed, so it'll at least roll around right now, but 4-link is a plus. Suspension, front suspension is a plus. Tubular upper A-arms, drop spindles. Obviously we pull the springs. I think we're gonna bag this thing. We would at least bag the chassis. So front fender, front hood, interior. So there's some great parts about this K5. Unfortunately, I really wanted it for it being the GMC that it is. I could still find a GMC body. Obviously I could put a GMC clip on the front, but in my opinion the body's not worth fixing, and we got a pretty aggressive timeline. So we're trying to put this thing together in the next 6 months, something like that, if we can get a deal done on it. So we just need to utilize as many of the good parts as we can, and like I said, it looks like the frame and all, as best I can tell, is what it's supposed to be. So we're gonna give this guy a call here in just a minute, see where we land on a price. Sorry about my camera cutting off there. Battery died. I brought one GoPro with me since I was going out of town for another trip, not necessarily truck related. So I just brought the one GoPro. Didn't really have the battery charged up as well as I should have. So anyway, that conversation cut off, but we got the deal done on the 2-wheel drive K5, essentially a parts blazer. I mean, we paid $750 for this thing, which is actually a pretty solid deal in my opinion. It's a factory 2-wheel drive chassis. It's got a 4-link started in the rear. It's got drop spindles, drop coils, tubular upper A-arms, small block, motor mount's already there. The frame is relatively clean as best I can tell, and we're just gonna salvage what other parts we can off of it. $750 for that is not bad, and it includes those rally wheels that it came on. So that's some good stuff, and we're gonna take and make that something. We will eventually get a rendering done of how we want this thing to turn out, but we're still trying to decide how we want it to turn out. Our goal is to have it done in the next 6 or 8 months. There's a big show that we want to drive it to. I'm not gonna announce that yet, but big show we want to drive it to after the first of the year, so we're going to try to get this thing done now a couple of days later where we're going to retrieve it. Y'all hang tight. Thanks for tuning in. I just want to jump in here real quick and let you know that we have restocked the United by Trucks graffiti shirt, like the shirt I have on, in black and red. We've got this new colorway, which is blue with the red, and we've got military green with black. So y'all go check that out. We've got hats, decals, all sorts of stuff on unitedbytrucks.com, so definitely go check that out. And while we're here, while I got you, I just want to run through a couple of quick pieces of mail that I've gotten that I think you might want to see. So this is from C10 Girl on Instagram. This is Brian Ashley's daughter, Halen. So Brian is the guy who runs Southeastern Truck Nationals, and she says, Robbie, thanks so much for the support. It means so much to me. I look forward to seeing and talking to you in the future, Halen. And what she means by support is she's been making her own videos and doing her own thing on Instagram. So I'm not sure if she's done the YouTube thing yet, but she's young, she's going to these shows with her dad, so she's doing really cool stuff in the truck scene, and she's making Instagram videos, so that's really cool. Halen, thanks so much for the sticker. Y'all should look her up on Instagram. It's the C10 Girl. Next package, let's check this out. Oh, this is from our buddy Rusty Wrenches. Very cool. So he sent us a blue long sleeve. Yeah, I like this. That means fall's coming. A blue long sleeve tee. And if you don't know Rusty Wrenches, you are missing out on some of the best LS swap C10, particularly 6772 content on YouTube. He has got a great channel, and I think he's actually trying to hit 1,000 subscribers right now, but he's got a really clean 7172 truck. Name of his YouTube channel, Rusty Wrenches. Easy to remember. Definitely go follow him. He is just putting out some really good content. So thanks for tuning in. We're getting you right back into the video. We are headed up to Garner, North Carolina. We got the trailer in tow, and we're going to look at something really cool that is the next piece of the puzzle as the official UBT build. So we're going to be building something from the ground up right here on the channel for you all to see. It's not going to be a full restoration, certainly not going to be something over the top, but it's going to be something cool and unique to the channel that you all can see from basically chassis up. Obviously, we're likely going to stick with the original paint type vehicle, and we've got some other cool tricks up our sleeve, but this is one of the key critical components to making that all happen. So basically, we're going to be taking two vehicles and making one, which is actually what we did with Teddy. Most people don't know that. We actually took a couple of different trucks and made that truck a short bed patina monster, essentially. We're really excited. This is the first big build, even though I don't like to call them builds. I don't know how else to describe it because I'm not a builder, but we're really excited, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned.
I guess if they pulled this podcast, they could be like, you put too many miles on that thing. But you know, that's the key in the Phoenix metro area. Because of emissions, you either have to pass emissions, which you can still pass emissions with a carburetor, or LS.
Oh, if you're not listening to C10 Talk, for all the guys who like C10s or classic trucks in general, definitely want to be doing that. So Ronnie Welch runs the C10 Talk podcast. He's the host. A lot of great information, great interviews. Definitely check out C10 Talk. You can find it anywhere you listen to a podcast. I currently listen to it on the podcast app on my iPhone, but it's out there for your consumption all across all the platforms. So that's what we do. A lot of times when we're on the road, especially when I'm by myself, listening to Ronnie, chat it up with somebody from the industry, a builder, something like that. So a lot of good information out there and to be found on his podcast. So C10 Talk, go check it out.
75, it's a year base. I will say my son has a 66. So we're getting really close. It's been about a
6-hour drive up to Garner, North Carolina. Shout out to my buddy Garrett Chappell. I think he's from out this way somewhere, maybe a little farther away from here, but this is probably the closest I've gotten to you in a while. Wish I was able to stop and hang out, but got to get back home. So anyway, we're about to turn on the road where we're going to show you what we've come to pick up. As I mentioned before, this is a key piece to the puzzle for some really, what I think is going to be some really awesome content for you guys. So stay tuned. All right, so we're pulling up in the driveway, and one cool thing that I want you to know about the guy that we're buying this from is he is definitely a truck guy. I mean, everywhere you look, there are trucks here. He is a really awesome guy, and yeah, he has got stuff everywhere. So he's our kind of guy. We're gonna get turned around here, get backed up to what we're picking up, and we'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. This is what we came to Garner, North Carolina to get. This is the second piece of the puzzle for the new build on the channel. And I say build loosely, but y'all know what I mean. So we're gonna take this K5, marry it to the 2-wheel drive chassis, just make something cool out of it, make it the UBT hauler. So basically it's an 86 K5, really straight body. It's got a little crease down there in the door that we'll have to tend to. A little rust in the rocker on the driver's side and in the floor. But original paint, dark navy. This has been added after the fact, and the straps as well, or excuse me, the stripes as well. But relatively straight, complete except for the motor, which we're gonna do a different motor and drivetrain anyway. But all the interior's there. And we're just gonna clean it up, buff it, and make it look like a really awesome lowered 2-wheel drive OG paint setup. So as you saw when we were pulling up, Keenan's got all sorts of really cool stuff, and he's a great guy. Really cool that he sold us this K5, but he's got a lot of square bodies around. Got a really cool, super clean long bed that's that really desirable color combination, black with the gray and the orange pinstripe. No rust, real clean, but it has been killed in the front, which sucks, but just really, really cool. And then he's got this cool little 68 sitting here. That's his son's, and they've done all sorts of stuff on it. It's been sitting out for a little while, but it is really cool. Got a giant step notch, a triangulated 4-link, all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, back here. And this is Keenan. He owns this place, owned that K5 just until a few minutes ago. Look at that pretty little yard right there. Cool. You said it's an 85?
Yeah.
I mean, this man's just got square body stashed everywhere out here. Oh yeah, that looks really clean. Super nice interior on this truck. All right, we'll take a quick peek inside the shop. What he's got in here is pretty cool. Black. You said mostly original paint on this truck, right?
Yeah,
except for the hood. Hood and the roll pan. We got a rowdy 396. Just a cool truck. And Keenan's got a really cool setup in here. It's a 30 by 50. Nice 2-post. Little donor car over there. Maybe a donor car. He hadn't quite decided yet. Short bed square body chassis with a 6.0. You said that's a 6.0, right? Didn't you say it was a 6.0? 6.0 carbureted setup, which I think is cool. That's gonna be a cool little setup. All right. We've made our way up front to what I would say is your prized possession, at least for now anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know, that Nova over there might be your prized possession, but tell us a little bit about what we're about to look at.
It's a 1987 C10 with a 2005-3 with the Z06 Corvette camshaft and valve spring.
Sweet.
700 R4, 342 rear end.
Got a little drop on it?
Oh yeah. Got some drop spindles and springs on the front, axle flip on the back.
And I guess we'll see the wheels and tires here in just a minute.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear this thing. This is what you get when you come and buy K5 from somebody. Or what you hope to get. Get over the color. I love getting these kind of surprises when you come to buy something. Man, that's cool. Keenan, I appreciate you letting me take a look at this. Let me take a look around, showing me some of your stuff. I mean, this is really, really cool. I appreciate it. Thanks for the deal on the K5. We're back on the road. We are outside of Raleigh and coming up on a nasty storm. You know, it's already getting into the evening. So we're headed back to Georgia with the second piece to the puzzle on the new UBT full assembly for the channel. Hope you guys will stay tuned. We've got some great plans. A lot of folks coming on board to help us with this project. So we're really, really excited, and hope you are too.
Still on the road today.
We're back in Tennessee. We got John with me this time, and we're coming back to get the two-wheel drive K5 that we looked at. It's really been a couple of weeks ago, so we came up here, checked it out, made sure it was what we were after. Obviously, you've seen all the other stuff we've been up to since then, but we're back to get this two-wheel drive K5. It's gonna be the foundation for the UBT K5 build. I really don't know what else to call it right now, so that's what we're calling it. Y'all hang tight. We'll be there in just a few minutes. We're on the back roads of Tennessee, and it's just beautiful out here. There's some turkeys in the pasture right there.
Sure is.
Heck yeah. So we made it. We are out here in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, he got all kind of stuff.
He does have all kind of stuff. We might rustle up an old buck that back here. It's real pretty up here.
It is that.
We might ought to just run the winch back there if we can and pull it out to this flat spot where we can maybe get a little bit better handle on it.
Well, we can do whatever you want to do.
Oh wow, I don't know how that thing moved. I wonder how long it's been like that. Sorry about that, guys. We
Slammed the door.
got you a little crooked there, but you can see we pulled this out. Actually, let me give you a little better view. You can see we pulled this thing out. So we're gonna get this thing loaded up on the truck. Man, we're just really excited about this. Gonna be cool to make something out of it. Obviously you can see on this side, and you could tell before, that 4-link is just mocked up in there. So we're gonna pull this body. Hey, there's a frog. But you can see this 4-link is just mocked up in here. We're gonna take and pull all the body panels off of it and get this thing ready where all this awesomeness under here can be utilized. And we're gonna throw a good body on it. John, what you think about going to Texas with this thing?
I'd love to.
It won't look anything like this, but there'll be some components of it in there. I'm excited. All right, we're gonna get this thing loaded up. Y'all stay tuned. GoPro likes to fall off on this thing. All right, we're primarily on here. I think I'm gonna, John, you wanna hop out? Can you get out? We're a little low, huh?
I wonder if I can get out on the other side.
You might be able to. Let me roll around here and look. Hey buddy, come on out. Oh yeah, the floor is toast in this thing. I'm glad I bought another tub. Watch that froggy. Probably need to pull it a little farther forward.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight on the rear of that thing. I love that stance though right there. All right, coming on in. Got it up on the trailer. I'd consider it a basket case of a two-wheel drive K5, but y'all know we're after this thing for the chassis for the most part, because we've got a donor for the body, donor for all the good stuff. So we're gonna be taking this chassis, swapping on a new body. All right guys, so we just got home with the two-wheel drive K5, and I'm working my way to get it backed into my difficult driveway. But we've already got the four-wheel drive donor K5 in the garage back here, so you're about to see that. And we're just backing this two-wheel drive up to it, and the plan is essentially take and clean out both these K5s here. We're gonna drop the front clip off of the two-wheel drive here. We're gonna get everything cleaned out, then we're gonna take it to John's, use Big Bird, which you hadn't even seen yet, use Big Bird to pull the body off of this one and bring the chassis back, get it all cleaned up, get it ready to transport the four-wheel drive body on. John's back there messing around, feels like he just dropped the truck off the side of the trailer. That's not true. Anyway, hang tight, we'll catch up with you in just a minute. All right guys, two-wheel drive 80 GMC Jimmy is off. Got it here in the driveway. You can see that axle was definitely just mocked up. It's moved around quite a bit since we've loaded it up, but it rolls, and that's been good.
JoJo and Tyler and Kel.
Was that something etched in the... Oh yeah. Kel Smith, Kelvis Presley. Did you write that on there? You've been hanging out with JoJo and Tyler? Now you can see we got the other K5 in here, and it's gonna be this body going on this chassis, but not really this chassis. It's it'll be the same frame rails, but it's gonna receive some new suspension. But that's a factory two-wheel drive K5 suspension. So we're gonna gut these two bodies and get them all cleaned up. So we'll show you that on the next episode. With that said, we really hope you're excited to follow along with this build. It's the UBT K5 build. You're gonna see a lot of me, a lot of John, a lot of Ron, a lot of Rick, and another friend of ours named Evan, who's gonna be working on this build over the next 6 to 8 months. We're really excited about this. So we hope you'll stay tuned in. As always, if you hadn't been over to unitedbytrucks.com, please do that. We got a lot of great merch, including tees like this, hats like these. So we hope you'll go check that out. Support the channel, United by Trucks, by buying some merch. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got weekly updates, likely weekly updates coming on this build. We're really excited about it. If you like what we're doing, you like this video, smash that thumbs up below the screen. And definitely leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think about our plans. I know we haven't revealed too awful much information, but I believe you're gonna really like what we're up to. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time right here on United by Trucks. Cue the music.